Mornings. It's Michaela. So I wanted to talk about rest days. And this is something that I don't actually always take, even though I think in general, most people should take one rest day a week. That's kind of my belief. So the truth is, you might need a rest day if you are overtrained, if you are doing exercise that's quite intense, that makes you feel sore, and where you're not kind of honoring that soreness and you're just kind of thinking like, I need to keep pushing forward, I need to stick with this routine, I need to push myself when I am working out. I'm gonna lose my edge if I don't, and that's not true. The body, when we stress it, what it does is that gives it the opportunity to grow, to become stronger, faster, more adept at whatever we're trying to do, whatever we're training it for, but it also is damaging. And so with that, the body needs to go through a healing cycle in order to recover. And the truth is actually, if we stress it before it has come all the way back up, what we do is we actually weaken it. We don't enable it to come all the way back up, kind of stronger, faster. So there is a healing cycle that our body needs to go through in order to kind of get the most from our workouts. And if we cut it off at the past, stress it again, we actually start this kind of like downward staircase versus doing what our exercise is meant to do, which is to make us more conditioned, stronger, more able, versus depleted, weaker, sore. And so there's that. But additionally, what can end up happening when you are overtrained, typically our bodies will feel heavy, they'll feel sore, sometimes our heart rate will be up, we might feel warmer in general. And the deal is, so additionally why that's not good, because you're kind of grinding your body down versus building it up with this deliberate stress, is that you can potentially get run down, get sick, and also be weaker in your workouts, slower, and also run the risk of injury. Okay, so rest days are really important for that reason. But rest days don't necessarily just have to be no movement. I'm sedentary, I'm doing nothing. Rest days can involve some sort of active recovery, if that's a term you've ever heard, which could be walking, dancing, like playing outside with your friends or family, like, you know, throwing a football around, playing badminton, being in the ocean, swimming, doing like playing chase. But something that's not structured, but that is active. And so the whole thing with that is that that can potentially aid in the process of recovery. If you're doing something that's kind of like controlled and deliberate, like walking or light yoga, or something that's just fun, but that keeps your body moving, which is good for health in general. We don't always have to be stressing it, but movement is really useful for so many things. And then additionally, I'll just say, regarding walking, that's an exercise I absolutely adore, that I do often, that I encourage my fat burners to do often. Should you wish to know about fat burning or about the Fat Burning Mastery Program, please just look at links underneath this video. But at any rate, walking is such a great exercise because it reliably pulls from fat. So if you're ever in doubt, or should you ever wish to kind of keep this train on the track that you wish it to be on moving forward, walk. And the reason why it reliably pulls from fat is simply because it asks for fuel slowly, versus doing something super intense, thinking you need to kind of like work really hard in order to create change. And high intensity intervals and things like that, and certainly strength training has a place and has a purpose, but if you want to lose fat, walking is a really great move, okay? And it's something, obviously it's accessible, you can fall to your front door, and hit the pavement and do it. You can be basically at any level of conditioning. It does not discriminate, okay? And the final thing I just wanted to say about this, so we talked about why rest days are important, how to potentially have them in a way that might be a little different, but I'm gonna make one last point about why you might not wish to actually take a rest day, why you might wish to do something active, deliberately, even though you're resting. And the reason why is if you have not solidified a regular exercise routine in your life, or this is something that just happens more often than not, and you're beginning again, I would encourage you not to take a day off, 100%. I would encourage you to deliberately do something active. And the reason why is because often when people begin again with exercise, they start to get into the routine of this, and then something knocks them off track and they never get back on. Or it's like this mega lapse in time in order to get back on. And the truth is, if you want exercise to be a regular part of your life because it is something that whittles your waistline or whatever circumference you might be focused on, as well as greatly supports your health, you might not want to step away from it, especially if you've ever had an experience before where it was like, and then I did an exercise for the next month. Don't let yourself succumb to that. And so a way that you can help prevent that is to always be aiming to figure out, like, what am I doing today that involves movement? Like, how am I moving today? When am I doing it? Where am I doing it? And so that could be just as simple as, come on, honey, like, we're gonna go for a walk tonight after dinner. We're doing that. Like, it's my rest day, but I'm still putting movement in my day. And so that can just kind of help you to not ever not be doing it, okay, in some form or fashion. All right, I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to say. I hope that was useful. Please be in touch for any reason. Please check out links below if you have a curiosity about fat burning or coaching or training programs or things that I do. Would love to hear from you and answer any questions that I might be able to. All right, that's it. I hope everyone's having a great day. Love to all, and until next time.